to the Business and Bubbly podcast. This is the place for women in business who are on the journey of building their big ideas and want to have fun along the way. It's for those of us who also know we aren't meant to do business or life alone. Hi, I'm Charity Majors, your host and the founder of Business and Bubbly. Think of this kind of like the can I pick your brain chats that you've always wanted to have with those who are doing epic things, plus business besties, hype girls, and getting into massive action towards your next big idea all in the same place. Oh, and bubbles, because if you're not having fun along the way, you're not doing it right. Together, we'll unlock what it means to be seen, known, heard, and championed all along the ups and downs of entrepreneurship and being a woman in business building big dreams. Each week, I'll bring you a quick sip business tip, as well as interviews from top experts that make you feel like you're getting bottle service for your business. We're having the raw and real conversations and chatting about all the things, the messy middle, the pivots, scaling, the good days and the bad days, because here we do real. It's where we can work hard, play hard, cry it out, and dance it out all at the same time without being judged. This is a place where we are in the arena together and we are each other's biggest fans because most of us have enough comments from the cheap seats. It's where our too much is par for the course and where the gaps of our not enough are filled in by the other epic women that are around us. It's where we can be unapologetic about the mission we are on, about the big dreams on our heart, and the business we are building without having to be perfect or have it all together, or even pretend to. It's a supportive community where business is being done amongst like-minded women, because when money gets in the hands of good women, great things happen. It's a place where you have the support around you to get out of your comfort zone and go after your big ideas, because even when you fail forward or when you reach the top, you know it won't be alone. Also, if you know anything about me, you'll know that I'm obsessed with creating platforms that lift up other women to be seen and heard and known. So with that in mind, I'd like to invite you to list your business on our directory called Find Women in Business. All you've got to do is text the word directory to 833-231-8098, and I'll text you the link back to get your free listing. This is also a great way to connect with other women in business from around the world, so definitely check it out. And now let's get to the good stuff. Grab a glass of your favorite beverage, Prosecco, bubbly water, or whatever your flavor is, and let's dive in. Are you with me? Here we go. Hey friend, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Charity Majors, and this quick sip episode is brought to you by our Business and Bubbly Rise Summit, because like Bubbly, we rise and we rise together. It is happening in Boise, Idaho on September 29th and the 30th. We are going to have an amazing, what's called Your Favorite Self kickoff party, and our Saturday full day of amazing keynote speakers and breakout sessions and mastermind roundtables and connecting, like really making it genuine and authentic connection with like-minded women, and you are invited. Now, tickets are just going live, and right now they are on sale for our early bird discount. So if you are a fast mover, if you want to come get in the room with amazing leaders, influencers, and experts in the industry of women in business, plus have an epic tribe and community of women that have your back, then you should definitely head over to businessandbubbly.com/summit and save your spot today. All right, now we are going to get into the show, and today's episode is actually inspired by this concept of our kickoff party, which is our favorite self. And if you have, I think there's an episode earlier in the show, and we talk about this a lot in our events,
But when it comes to this concept of showing up as your best self, I don't know about you, but for me, it kind of always seemed unattainable. It kind of always seemed out of reach because I know that I will never arrive. There are days where I am in mom mode and I don't show up as my best self. I've got spit up on me, or I come from the gym and I am hot and sweaty, or I don't shower some days. And that to me is real life, not best self. And I started changing my perspective of, or changing my narrative around this best self topic. Because I don't know about you, but I have recovering people pleasing tendencies. And this is even something I'm shifting around, calling myself whether a former people pleaser, because that's an identity statement and something that I took on, compared to a behavior, which is the people pleasing tendencies or the perfectionist tendencies, instead of I identify as a former perfectionist, which is more of an identity. And so for me, I had different tendencies like that. It wasn't who I was, it was behavioral tendencies. So as a former person who has a former woman who had perfectionist tendencies, as a former woman who had people pleasing tendencies, it really brought up when I would talk about this best self, and it's all out there in the personal development world, and this be your best self. And it's like, man, it just actually makes me feel like I'm not enough and like I don't have it together and that I have to be perfect. And so for me, I started actually shifting the narrative around what I like to call my favorite self. And this is where there's room for real life. And this is where there is room for the days that you maybe are more tired. For me, currently in this current season with a new baby, I'm up in the middle of the night. And so I'm not a part of the 5 a.m. club. And that's just fine. Is that, according to society, my quote unquote best self if I'm not a part of the 5 a.m. club and I'm not working out and I'm not doing all the things? And no, because to me, my favorite self, and actually my best self, means that I'm not a part of the 5 a.m. club. And it means that there is space and room for my family. And it means that I say no to a lot of things. But that right now is my favorite self. Showing up for my kids and for my family and for my husband, and showing up as my favorite version of myself when it comes to our events and when I speak and for our community and for the other events that I do when it comes to women's ministry. And so when I get to show up as my favorite self, and when I show up to the gym, I get to show up as my favorite self, the girl that loves to work out, the girl that loves to do fun things with exercise, because I used to be a personal trainer. And then when I get home, I get to show up as my favorite self as a mom. Right? It's this idea that we get to show up in the different facets of our life as that favorite version of ourselves. I get to show up in business in my fun, cute heels. I'm actually driving right now to a Sip and Social, and I've got some fun heels on, and I have a new shirt on, and some really fun earrings, and I'm showing up as my favorite self. And so my encouragement for you is, what does it look like in this next season? Maybe in the rooms that you're walking into, maybe you're coming into Summit and you are like, I want to show up as my favorite self. What does that look like for you? What does it show up to be fully expressed and present in that space? And so for our favorite self party, the inspiration for this is actually because obviously coming to a summit is a growth environment. Coming into our rooms is a growth environment. We're looking to grow our network. We're looking to grow our business. We're looking to grow personally and professionally. And obviously we want to get to the next level. We're working towards a goal. We're working towards the next thing. And so when we get to show up as our favorite self, what this looks like is sometimes we're showing up as to embody the next version of where we're being called to go. And so my encouragement for you is, say, what would it look like if I were to wear the hot pink or the red lipstick? What would it look like if I were to get the bomb statement necklace that makes me stand out and be seen? What would it look like if I get the really edgy dress, or the shirt with the big puffy sleeves, or the high heels that are just, wow. What would it look like for you to show up as your favorite self and embody that next version of her. Now, my encouragement for you is maybe you've seen, whether it's on Pinterest or on Instagram or other influencers or women that you admire, and you admire their style. There's something inside of you that calls out to them, that is sparked something in you. It's a part of you that maybe you haven't fully expressed yet that you see in them. And girl, it is calling you up and out. Now, here's the interesting part. Here's the part where it's going to challenge us, is it will actually challenge our ego, because guess what? We're going to be seen in a new way. And maybe that looks like, oh, like it's vulnerable to put ourselves out there and to stand out from the crowd. It's vulnerable to put ourselves out there and to be fully expressed and to be fully seen. It's vulnerable to be out there and to say, actually, this is the next version of myself that I am embodying. This is the next version of myself of where I'm going. And I get to express myself through fashion. I get to express myself through this fun lipstick. I get to express myself through these amazing high heels or through this dress, and embody where I'm being called to go. And my encouragement for you is, as you start to understand this concept of your favorite self, start to do that. Start to challenge yourself. Start to wear the things that maybe you're like, oh, I don't know, like it's that outfit that you have in your closet or that style that you have, and you're like, oh, I don't really have anywhere to wear that. Like, wear the outfit, girl. Come to Summit. This is the place where you can wear the outfit. Like, you can wear the dress, that one, you know what I'm talking about, the one that is hanging there and you have not had any place to wear it and you know that you love it. Girl, get your ticket to Summit, and this is where you can wear it. And you can be fully expressed in the version of you that you desire to embody. We see you. We see your heart. We see your potential. We see the gifts that are on your life and who you are now and who you're being called to be. And in our culture and in our environment, you get to fully show up as that. So if this is resonating with you, if you are like, I've got that outfit, if you are saying, yes, okay, I'm going to put on the lipstick today, or I'm going to put on the heels today. And maybe what that looks like is you're just like wearing it around your house to get a little bit more comfortable. I mean, maybe you're wearing it to the grocery store and to just kind of own it a little bit. And that might sound kind of weird, but what if it helps you actually step into it and embody it even more so when you are in a room full of other amazing women that you get to stand shoulder to shoulder alongside, because you are meant to be there and because you belong and because you know how important it is to put yourself in environments and to put yourself in rooms that cause you and invite you into your next level. Now, my encouragement for you is to not look at investing in the Summit as a cost. I want you to look at it as the version of you next year, that version of you that as you step into your favorite self, as you step into her, into that next level, the girl that you're going to embody, what does she look like when she makes decisions? What decisions is she making for her life? And is that just like not buy a ticket to a growth summit around other amazing women in business? Or is that to say, yes, I'm investing in myself and I'm going to get in the room because I know how important it is, not only for the knowledge that you'll gain, for the tangible takeaways that you'll get, but for the connections that you're going to make, for the squad and the community that you're going to be surrounded with. Who knows? Maybe you're going to meet your next business partner. Maybe you're going to meet the next girl that you're going to be on her podcast, or she's going to be on your podcast, or you guys are going to do a fun workshop together or collaborative whatever together. You're going to find the girl that is going to be able to promote your thing that you're launching, and you're going to be able to promote hers. I can honestly tell you that every single time that I go into a conference, whether it's mine or anyone else's conference or summit or workshop, I go in with the intention of saying, okay, I am going to be one of the most connected women in this room and make everyone feel like my best friend, because I genuinely, this is genuine and true for me, but I genuinely love people. And I genuinely love their ideas and their heart and their hopes and their dreams. And so that's really authentic to me, to go in and to want to hear everyone's story and to want to connect with a lot of women and to want to make them feel like have them feel like they're one of the most important women in the world to me. And that's honestly, it's because they are. And a lot of that is because of the journey that I have been on, journeying through loss and journeying through the knowledge and the understanding that every single one of you, it takes thousands of millions of pieces and parts to come together for life to be sustained. And I walked out of that dark night of my soul, of my story, with the unique and beautiful perspective that you are a miracle, that you are a gift. And I genuinely love what is inside of you and how you show up in the world. And I want to get to know that. And so that is authentic to me. And that is my hope and intention, that everyone that I am around gets to feel that way, and that they at least get that from me. And so if you know that you're being called to come into the room, girl, like, this is for you. Go to businessandbubbly.com/summit. Upgrade to our bottle service ticket so you can be a part of our favorite self kickoff party. Get your outfit ready September 29th and 30th in Boise. We are going to have an incredible time. You will walk away. Not only will your ROI, as far as your return on investment of a very minimal cost when it comes to your business, which is probably a write-off actually. But again, this is not financial advice. Consult your tax consultant. I've got to put that disclaimer in there. But I can honestly tell you that I know, at least for me, and I've heard this multiple times, that every time we put ourselves in a room, the growth is exponential. And what you receive far outweighs the price of the ticket. And it's going to be the connections. It's going to be the women in your corner. It's going to be the tangible takeaways and the strategies. It's going to be close proximity to incredible leaders and influencers and experts in the realm of women in business. And girl, you are invited. But tickets are limited because we have a smaller venue at this time. So if you want to be in the room, then you better jump on it today. So head over to businessandbubbly.com and come and be a part of the fun. Show up as your favorite self. Start to practice it today. Wear the lipstick, put on the heels, get that dress, girl, and save the date for September 29th and 30th. Get your ticket by going to businessandbubbly.com, and we will see you soon. Cheers to your success.
Thank you so much for listening to the show. I hope it brought some value and some fun into your business and life. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast, and even share the episode with a fellow business bestie who you know will love it. It helps us continue to attract top-level guests and reach more and more women who are on their journey in business just like you. Remember that when money gets in the hands of good women, great things happen. Cheers to your success.